Hello everyone and welcome back to Epic or Trash, and I'm greeted once again by my lovely guest CJ of Gaming World. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
And we're going over part 2 of Folding Ideas hashtag Gamergate video and a lot more in this particular part, but go ahead and give your little introductory of what we're going to be talking about, because oh boy.
Long story short, we're going to talk about sorry if my wind from outside our trucks who are vandalizing the trash cans. Long story short, we're reacting to videos related to Gamergate made by anti-Gamergaters, most notably Folding Ideas videos and this atrocity, which I hate it with a fiery passion, with a lot of passion. I hate this atrocity. And keep in mind, I do watch this guy's videos, the Alt-Right Playbook.
Oh yeah, and eventually we'll get into those as well, and I'm going to bring on some other guests to be involved with it. But right now, let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. So if you guys hadn't seen the first part, go and make sure, click off right now, watch the first part of this, and then come back and watch part 2 of this, because otherwise none of this is going to make any sense to you guys unless you already know the full story. Then well, enjoy the show. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe to my channel.
All right, small clarifications. I said that the Operation Vox Populi thing, which Dan mentioned, was likely a troll. Turns out it wasn't really a troll idea. It was actually proposed by an actual member of Gamergate but I have to clarify this. This member of Gamergate was bet in the ass by everyone, because he actually proposed the dumb shit ideas that made the Gamergate look like a conspiracy by MRAs and hackers to harass women.
Wow.
I read. Yeah, this guy proposed the shittiest ideas. In fact, he was eventually banned from an IRC where pro Gamergaters will talk. Unbelievable.
Oh my god, you're fucking what the fuck.
Yeah, now I remember he's a saint. There are some trolls. What do you expect? It's 4chan, so
yeah, I don't know what I was expecting, but let's go ahead and pick up where we left off.
Right, I don't remember exactly where we left off, so let's start with the explanation of literally who.
Attempted deflecting very true accusations, was eventually given the codename Literally Who in an attempt at deflecting very true accusations that the movement largely revolved around demonizing and punishing her.
Punishing Zoe Quinn. Very true accusations. Very true. I love how he had to highlight that, because otherwise it wouldn't be believable. But anyway, now if you watch a lot of videos about Gamergate, you see that Zoe Quinn gets largely forgotten halfway through the story, because the only relevance they have is that they cheated on Aaron Gioni with journalists, and that's it.
Fucking believable. Let's continue.
Gamergate itself being a hashtag coined by Adam Baldwin in reference to the conspiracy videos was
the conspiracy. They're actually the Queenspiracy, which are this.
Oh, this is the oh boy.
The conspiracy by internet aristocrat. If you knew history, you realize that this guy is Mr. Metacore.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's the reason why I decided to watch the videos, because if it's Mr. Metacore, then I'll watch it.
I still can't get over him felting Boogie for not taking that $85,000.
Well, not everyone's perfect.
Not everyone's intelligent, but as we will discover more about this individual as we continue on the video.
Was eventually given the codename Literally Who in an attempt at deflecting very true accusations that the movement largely revolved around demonizing and punishing her. It also serves as a...
I'm not going to explain it again, but you get the point.
symbolic excommunication, an ex parte declaration of Zoe as a non-person, stripping her of name and identity. However, as additional targets accrued, the codename was expanded to include dehumanize and expel others, barcoding each additional target as LW1, LW2, LW3, and so forth. While no
It's funny that literally who is just a code name. I still don't know what it means, but I'm pretty sure it means anything except that.
I'm fairly confident.
It's funny how he listed literally who Lake Alexander as a supposed target of Gamergate, despite the fact that you want to know what she did.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know who the fuck she is. Good Child, I don't know her. Brianna Wu, Zoe Quinn, and Anita Sarkeesian. Excuse me, are like the only three I recognize. The other fuckers, excuse me, I don't recognize.
Lake Alexander is a prominent figure in Gamergate for the wrong reasons. She's well known for starting the Gamers Are Dead articles where, journalists hate with a fiery passion gamers, which led to a theory of conspiracy because 20 articles about how gamers are dead in a day isn't exactly normal. These are not news. They're just articles in 20 articles in a day about how gamers are dead. Do you think it's kind of suspicious?
Oh, there's more than something suspicious up with that one. I can promise you that much. There's something more suspicious.
Yep. Not only that, but Lake Alexander, despite people like Dan and Ian Dansky from Innuendo Studios claiming that Lake is a target, he's the opposite. There's a reason why people wanted to get her fired. First off, she has a clear-cut case of conflict of interest, like promoting various games without disclosing relationships, advocated for doxing, made arguably racist statements despite being progressive. Yeah.
I fucking love people like that. Yeah. They're like the most two-faced fucking brats you'll ever meet. They're like, I am pro not being racist to people, but if you go against my article, you're a dirty N-word. And it's like, really? That's what you're gonna go with.
And then the anti-gamers accuse us of being racist, and yet they have no problems defending a racist.
Or no problems being a racist, no problems dropping the N-word casually as if they've got the N-word pass. And it's like, where the hell did you get that from, Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, want to know who is the another anti-gamergator racist? Former anti-gamergator. If you've been on Twitter, do you remember Ian Miles Chang?
That name sounds familiar to me. Go on.
I knew him while researching on Gamergate. He used to be a self-described turbo feminist on Reddit. He was exposed for his anti-Semitic messages as well being toxic. Nowadays, he's notorious for doxing, thanks to Mr. Miracle. I know that. Also, a friend of mine. Now he simps for Elon Musk.
Look, I like Elon Musk. Don't get me wrong. I think the guy's pretty smart, but Jesus Christ on a motorbike.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Miles Chang is a bootlicker who doxed people.
He's a bootlicker. Damn. You're not afraid to hold back.
Let's continue.
Yeah, let's continue.
The formal list was kept. There were at 1.7 people codenamed as literally who? All women. This list eventually collapsed at the time of publication, having been reduced to LW1 through 3. Zoe Quinn, Anita Sarkeesian, and Brianna Wu.
Brianna Wu appearing as a target of Gamergate is extremely hilarious.
Oh my god. Look at the English caption of it. It perfectly says her name, Brianna Wu.
Brianna who?
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is, even Hassan now knows that Brianna Wu is a grifter.
Oh my god! It took him how long to figure that one
out? 10 years.
10 fucking years it took him that long to figure it out.
Actually, they knew it even before. It's just that they either want to admit it or didn't even want to mention her because.
Probably because he's embarrassed for how stupid he is.
Yeah. uh, how can I say? Never mind. Let's continue.
The perception, the base assumption is that these women, none of whom are technically journalists, represent
He's a feminist. He's a Anita. Wait. You know, Anita is a feminist media critic, right?
Yeah.
Does being a critic count as a journalist?
It can. It depends on what media platform you use. Journalists are usually those who either do like video news stories or write articles. That's usually what a journalist is. Someone who does research and writes. A critic is usually someone who also kind of does the same thing, but the difference is with them is that usually their job is to criticize something or to either praise good work or demean bad work. And usually it's the opposite because we as
journalists should
Americans
be impartial.
Yeah. But
Too bad journalists are never impartial.
No, the fuck they're not. If they're extreme leftist, anything that's made by a person that even remotely is not on the left, or even if they're left leaning, if they are not completely on the left, 100% on the socialist, communist, kill everybody who's not everybody who's white and leave everybody else who's not white. Kind of mentality, and I've met quite a few fuckers who are like that, so don't start that with me. Anybody's like that, I've noticed have
you can leave the rant for later on, but
no, I'm gonna finish this rant real quick because I met the journalists who have acted like this, and this is the point I was getting to, is that those people refuse to leave their politics out of an article about video games, and you wonder why shit like Gamergate happens. Duh.
So Gamergate also happened because the journalists failed to mention the conflict of interest. They never disclosed the relationships. And Wikipedia, look, Wikipedia says it's a conspiracy theory. Wait, where is it?
Right.
Such claims have been widely dismissed as trivial, baseless, or unrelated to actual ethics of
ethics of gaming and journalism. See, that's my point right there. Is like, and you wonder why Gamergate happens. This is a perfect example of it right there. Is the lack of removing your political and religious ideologies out of your journalism. You're supposed to leave them out. That's the whole point of journalism.
Talk about Kotaku, who I watched Mr. Merkur's video on Gamergate conspiracy. Sorry, he showed an article about how Kotaku complained that there are a lot of men at E3 2014. Like, how is that relevant? I have no clue.
Who gives a fuck if there's men or women there? Your whole job is to go over the fucking. Oh my god. Let's continue. Oh my god.
Present the invasion into the cultural space, an invasion of gender, race, sexuality, and class issues, politics, and awareness. They couch this idea in conspiratorial tones, assembling lists of supposed collaborators and drawing.
I already talked about this. We watched this. People were mixed about this.
Out complex webs of accusations implying that these minorities are all outsiders looking to hijack games as a platform for political ends.
But does this dude realize that he's using exaggerated words too?
Does he not realize he's doing the same thing himself as well? Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's throwing buzzwords like because the Gamergate feels like the minorities are hijacking games, despite the fact that we never bring minorities. We never bring that argument. We never brought that up. In fact, reading minorities, they're not brought up. You want to know who bring up minorities?
Yeah, who is that?
Anti-Gamergaters.
Oh, why am I not shocked?
Fun fact, this led to the hashtag Not Your Shield movement, which I'm pretty sure this guy will cover as well. This abomination.
Yeah, let's pause it 1 second. I'll edit this out. I got to charge my phone up real quick.
All right.
I forget what.
I hope it doesn't become like, Mauler. Who reacts to 6 hours, reacts for 6 hours for a 14-minute video. In the meantime, I'll talk. I watched this video. You can see even my dislike because I fucking hate this video. You'll understand why. This is the guy who made the Alt-Right playbook. I found it enjoyable, although when I reacted to it with our house media, he didn't really enjoy it. But I still watched it because I'm not going to get too political. I just want to learn how the alt-right works. But to me, it was pretty useful to spot the tactics. And then this video came out, and I discovered this video. I fucking hate it. Seriously, a worse video than this doesn't exist. Oh, you're back. I was talking to the viewers in the meantime. You're back. I was talking to the viewers in the meantime.
Well, I'm going to cut most of that out anyhow.
All right.
Without continuing on with the video. 3, 2, 1. So, they wonder why shit like this just happens. And not to mention, who the fuck were most of those people anyhow? And does he also not understand that he's also doing the same thing by his very logic by literally using the hashtag Gamergate? Literally using that hashtag and making this video. Does he not understand he is putting his own political ideologies and beliefs in, like, he's essentially hijacking it? Does he not understand he's doing the same thing, or am I just being crazy here?
Yeah. I already said it before, but it's funny that this guy brings up the fact that Gamergate, pro Gamergate wants to hijack minorities, because that's a common argument that I saw with people like Anita Sarkeesian, him, and other journalists, which is why Not Your Shield was created, because the anti-Gamergaters were using them as a shield to protect themselves.
Unfucking believable.
Yeah, because journalists, for some reason, believe that all gamers are sexist or racist and homophobic, blah, 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 all buzzwords to describe the gaming culture, which is fucking hilarious.
Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Yeah, let's continue.
This is, of course, all utter nonsense. Women, queer folk, trans folk, racial, ethnic, religious, and political minorities have been playing games all along. They have been here all along. They did not, as 4chan summarized with this image.
You know that's a joke, dude. You know that's a joke.
That's
I'm not saying that.
Like, that was the gag that was used for the longest time, is that people were considered losers for playing video games. Do you not understand? It doesn't just apply to women. It doesn't just apply to women. Men have done the same fucking thing. I know guys nowadays who say that if you play video games as an adult, that means you're an adult man-child and that you're retarded. And I'm like, so what the fuck you do on your off time? He's like, oh, I'm a guy that works on muscle cars and I'm big, Ben, strong. I'm like, so you're a dumbass. Got it. You're a dumbass.
You're a dumbass.
You're great. I simply laugh at this image because
unfucking believable.
Like, I don't use 4chan. I never even posted there, but I do kind of understand how humor works there. Like, do I have to bring up the Daily Dose meme?
No, well, this motherfucker probably ain't gonna learn anything from it anyhow because he's a dumbass. So let's continue.
Yeah.
Suddenly start playing games in 2007. Also, as we've already discussed, games are and were already political in nature because
I fucking hate. No, I already brought this up. I already said it, but I suggested to watch the Millennium.
Let's watch GDDD. I'll rather watch anything but this.
No, I press a G because that's the button I'm using for my microphone.
Oh, nice. You're being fancy with your mics. I've got everything set up where it's just automatic.
Now, when people say games are political, I suggest you to watch the Millennial Writing video because it's pretty good. It explains you why the statement is bullshit.
With someone like this, the only way you can educate them is by getting their head out of their ass and making them go outside and touch some grass.
Because all culture is unavoidably political. What they see as an invasion is little more than the players who have been present all along finding a voice in the market to discuss politics that were already there.
No,
I don't even need to pause it.
No, the fuck they weren't.
I don't need to bring this up again.
This fact, along with the core assumptions, creates an interesting contradiction in the companion hashtag #NotYourShield. Not Your Shield was conceived of as an effort at creating a controlled counter-narrative, something that's known as culture jamming. Originally an astroturfing campaign creating the illusion of a grassroots movement, the hashtag gained traction beyond channers and sock puppets.
Oh yeah, this is a good claim. This is a claim I see. It makes my blood boil because contrary to what this idiot makes you believe, I'm going to provide evidence in my videos so that you'll understand what I'm talking about. But the evidence of sock puppets was debunked because the only evidence they had was 2 people were caught sock puppeting. Actually, more than 2. There are like few people who were caught sock puppeting, such as this person called Allison, who was actually a black man pretending to be a white woman.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there are also other cases. People were managed to bust a few of them, but according to the Gamergate wiki, there are 622,000 tweets with the hashtag, and 4 people were caught. Does that mean every how's it called? Does that mean every tweet is fake because a few people faked it?
So when did this take place again?
2014.
Okay, so 2014. The amount of bots in sock accounts on the internet at that time was only 22% of the internet. Comparatively today, it's 47% with the advent of AI. So if they made the argument today, I would more likely believe them. But in 2014, that wasn't so much a problem. So again, with the bullshit.
Now, the funny thing about sock puppets is that whoever made them are likely either trolls or anti-gamer gamers who make the movement look malicious.
Yeah,
because
espionage, literal espionage.
Yeah. Speaking of espionage, Zoe Queen leaked an IRC channel that's supposed to prove that Gamergate is a conspiracy by MRAs, despite the fact that 4chan eventually released the entire chat log. Not all chat logs, because Zoe Quinn only showed only mentioned Zoe Quinn showed various chat logs, but only name dropped one, so people couldn't tell who was. But with one single chat log, people were able to disprove Zoe Quinn's leaks as bullshit because they discovered that Zoe manipulated the evidence to make the Gamergate look worse. They also managed to disprove the claim that Not Your Shield is manufactured as sock puppets. So
unbelievable. Let's continue. Unbelievable.
Wait. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the link to disprove that any claim of collusion by 4chan.
This is gonna. Damn, these people. I'm pulling up on screen.
I'm going to send you this to show you to debunk the claim of collusion among 4chaners. So let's continue.
The idea is that by having minority allies, the ideological force of Gamergate would be able to deflect criticisms of their bigotry by pointing to supporters and saying, "How can I be racist if my best friend is black?"
Yeah, no, that doesn't work when it's literally a movement. Which, by the way, it's politically it's a mix. So calling it right wing is kind of insulting to leftists who actually want to depoliticize games. And for people watching it, don't tell me that you're not a true leftist if you agree with conservatives' argument, because the overlapping between the political beliefs is far more common than you'd actually believe. Do you agree with this?
It depends. It really depends. Like the majority of the center left and center right people tend to have overlapping views and opinions. It's when you get to the extremists that all reason goes out the window.
Reddit.
All reason. Yep, Reddit. Reddit's one of them. Reddit's like on fucking. There's a reason why I don't call it Reddit anymore. There's a particular reason why.
This guy says that there are various groups of there are various alt-right subreddits on Reddit, despite the fact that that
cuckold who says he used to stay home and let his wife get tag teamed by at least 5 other gentlemen because it's his job as a male feminist. You know what I say to people like that? You want to know what I say to people like that real quick?
What did you say?
The people who say you're a male feminist and that's your job to let your wife get banged by other guys, this is my opinion of you.
Dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're great.
I hope you appreciate that.
Yeah.
One more time.
You're a dumbass. You're great.
I hope the message got through. Anyhow, let's continue.
You may notice that this is what is often called using someone as a shield. Before we can go deeper into the issue, we need to discuss more of Gigi's ideological roots. Gamergate spawned from the 4chan boards V and Poll, and of particular relevance to
Funny how he says about slash poll, because the first time that Zoe poster was posted, the slash poll wasn't even there.
Oh.
No, sorry. The Zoe poster wasn't even on slash poll, and even they would be illogical, because tell me what's logical about posting a blog exposing your abusive partner in a
political incorrect chat room. That's about politics. Oh my god.
It was posted on video games, although there were disputes of the post being even somehow related to video games. One person posted it, but people argue like it doesn't fit on the chat on the board. Because tell me how is exposing your partner is related to video games.
I don't even know. I don't even know where the fuck to begin with any of that. It's just the most illogical shit I've ever seen in my entire life, and I don't understand how these fucking people live with themselves. I don't, because I wouldn't be able to.
Now, here's a funny argument I see among anti-gamer gamers. To prove that Erangioni, the person who made the Zoe post, posted it on 4chan, they gave the wrong source.
Why am I not surprised?
Like, they used a completely different source from R9K, which despite the fact that the Zoe post was posted on 4chan hours after the Zoe post was created on WordPress, people, anti-gamer gamers, believed it was a few days after. Also, the person who posted on R9K wasn't even Aaron. I could tell it from how the user spoke. Aaron is mostly chill and snarky, but mostly a calm guy compared to 4chan, where, just say the most random shit imaginable.
Oh my god, unbelievable. Not fucking believable.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
is the gender constructs held by those spaces expressed with the mimetic idea of there are no girls on the internet, tits or GTFO. Tits or GTFO is an enforcement mechanism protecting the status quo.
No, this is I don't know if I brought this up, but this is a shitty way to twist their argument. Basically, whenever feminists will complain about sexism or like sexual stuff in video games like Senran Kagura or Dead or Alive, our response will usually be, "This game isn't for you. Play something else." They're literally thousands of games for you. For example, Minecraft, Terraria, or heck, even Beyond Good and Evil. You know, just games with female protagonists. Heck, I could even bring Resident Evil, which has Claire and Jill Valentine.
Or Tomb Raider, or
Yeah.
I mean Borderlands, or Call of Duty.
Exactly.
I could just go down the list of playing a female protagonist.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
where the
just,
fuck is
we-
this tits or shut the fuck up or get the fuck out is what that means come from?
We usually say play something else. There are thousands of games for you. I don't know why you have to act all narcissistic and entitled to say this game needs to be changed because I'm a woman. But like, play something else.
Well, then by that logic, Tomb Raider should be changed to where I get to see what's her name always be naked no matter what.
Because you're a male.
I know, right? Because I'm a male. I'm a male conservative, and I'm a Republican. And yes,
I don't usually voice my political opinions. I'm going to do that in my channel, but I hope you understand my position.
Oh, I got your position all right. I'm just throwing mine out there as an example of how stupid that sounds. That I need to see a naked woman constantly because I'm a conservative Republican. And I'm a white
Yeah,
male.
because
It's
conservatives apparently are sexist, racist,
It's
blah blah blah. You get the
homophobic,
point.
transphobic,
Yeah, blah blah
anti-Semitist,
blah.
and but yet it's the majority of Republicans that defend Jewish people, and actually a lot of the leftists hate
Yep.
Jewish people. But we're not going to talk about that.
Hmm.
Wink, nod.
The idea, as explained in a particularly popular post, is that due to the anonymous nature of most interactions over the internet, no one will know if you're a woman
Wait, hold
unless
on.
you specifically
Pause
mention it.
Pause it real quick. I want
Moreover-
to read this. I want to read what the. Can you zoom in? I go full screen with the text so I can read it real quick, and I want to read this shit.
If I can pontificate a bit for your education, one of the rules of the internet is there are no girls on the internet. This rule does not mean what you think it is. In real life, people like you for being a girl. They want to fuck you, so they pay attention to you. They pretend what you have to say is interesting or that you are smart or clever. On the internet, we don't have the chance to fuck you. This means the advantage of being a girl does not exist. You don't get a bonus to conversation just because I like to put. Oh.
Am I cocking you when you make a post like there? I'm a girl. You're begging for attention. The only reason you
They're
post it is
only-
because you want your girl advantage bag because you're too vape and too stupid to do or say anything interesting without it. You are forgetting the rules. There are no girls on the internet. The one exception to this
Somehow this
rule is
guy
the way you make your girlness back on the internet is to post your tits. This is
No.
should
funny
be
thing about
degrading
this,
for you by an admission that people are only showing interest about you, and showing interest about you is really interested in your naked body. So the TLDR of this post is show tits or get the fuck out.
No, the
Okay,
funny
I
thing
get what
about
he's
this is
saying. I get what he's saying, but I don't know if I would have necessarily phrased it like that.
How would you really explain?
I'll explain. Because of the anonymity of the internet, we have no clue what your gender is. So the fact that you're yelling your gender out demonstrates that you're asking for attention. And from what I can tell from your post or who you are as a person, you're not interested in doing OnlyFans content. Therefore, we have no real way to prove if you're a person or not. Nor should it matter about anything requiring video games, because this is not a gender-specific war. This is more of a war of how journalists are not properly doing their job and painting others who play video games as monsters simply because we enjoy video games that have certain aspects that may be considered questionable.
Yeah. The funny thing about this is that this anonymous post
Because
was posted on.
To me, it gives them
2012.
no ammo to fire back with, because now they can't do what he's doing right here and trying to paint it like a sexist narrative. Even though that's not sexist at all, he's actually being realistic. The problem is
It's just,
with these people, you can't be realistic. Well, you can't be brutally realistic with them, because if you're brutal with the realism, then they cry like little bitches and they make horrible videos like the video we're watching right now.
Yep. So now the funny thing about this is that from what I got, anti-gaming is a consult. What are the only irrefutable proof they have?
There's a fucking screenshot
Now, trolls and anonymous posts, which is kind of funny because they're relying anonymous posts from the website that brought us QAnon. You know, the whole thing, conspiracy theories were made by one random user nicknamed Q.
Or even better, this is from the same website that targeted a 14-year-old girl because she was a dumbass that attacked one of the boards and got it taken down. So they decided to pay her back.
Yeah.
And that led to the memes like, I reported you to the cyber police and I backtraced you. If you remember that.
I'm not really a 4chan user. The only memes I know are like their chats and their daily dose meme. You know, the whole Piccolo and Vegeta meme?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was going to say, well then, another video we should watch sometime and react to is from Gamer from Mars about the situation, because you'll find it very entertaining. But anyhow, let's continue on with this dumbass video and let's get it done over with.
Right.
We're already 30 minutes in.
All right, evidence, anonymous post from the site that brought us QAnon. Let's continue.
Yeah.
Or even if you claim you're a woman, you have to prove it. Hence, tits or GTFO. While 4chan claim that, no one will know if you're a woman unless you specifically mention it. Moreover, even if you claim you're a woman, you have to prove it. Hence, tits or GTFO.
What?
So he basically read part of it and then made up the rest. Read part of it, made up the rest. It didn't bother to say the full
4chan
thing.
Interprets this as everyone is anonymous. A more
Everyone
accurate
is.
reading is everyone is default until proven otherwise. By retaining anonymity, you enjoy the
That's a straw man. Sorry, is this a straw man argument? Like,
Yeah, this
everyone
is a very
default?
straw man argument because default means anonymous. I mean, everybody's anonymous. The point of having the anonymity is so that way people can post it as they want to with the freedom, allowing to exercise their First Amendment rights to post as they see fit. Because to be dead honest with you, a lot of those rights have disappeared and a lot of websites will censor you. If they don't like you, they will censor you, and they've made it clear. 4chan's not one of them.
Although 4chan will ban you for saying bronies are furries. Yeah, 4chan has a very weird rules from what I read from.
I'm gonna
some
say I'm
comments.
not touching the brony stuff at all. Not touching that with a 10-foot fucking pole. I think those people are weird, and I'm sure I'm gonna get the whole fucking brony community coming after me. So fuck all y'all. Anyhow,
Can I be considered a brony? Considering when I was a child, I used to watch My Little Pony and fan made content where gore.
your parents failed you. Anyhow.
No, please.
I'm going to cut all this out, but I'm just going to say your parents failed you.
No.
And I'm not
protections
even,
inherent to membership in the majority. This is obviously of some appeal to individuals who are otherwise marginalized. The only cost is the annihilation of one's own identity, or at least a willingness to subsume those aspects that are out of harmony with the Gamergate normal. Gamergate's ideal woman is one who is passive, conventionally attractive, and generally voiceless.
what? The fuck are you even talking about? The fuck are you even talking about? The majority of us don't care. We don't care. We just don't feel like listening to people bitch about video games. Because the whole fucking point of video games is to have something to pass time with. When you get home from your 40-hour bullshit job where you gotta clean up people's piss and puke at a fucking amusement park that pays you next to fucking nothing, you would like to go home to something that's entertaining. Not go home and listen to how you're a fucking sexist, racist piece of trash that you didn't already hear when you were at the fucking park earlier that morning. You don't want to go home, log onto your computer, go on your favorite whatever the fuck website you like going to and listen or reading about how because you played such video, because you played Call of Duty Fistum, that means you're racist and homophobic. Like, no, I played Call of Duty Fistum because I like getting fist out of my money. That's what I like doing. Let me do that in fucking peace. And yes, that's right. I'm
No.
making fun of Call of Duty because I can make fun of Call of Duty because they do fist you up the ass for every little nickel and dime they can get.
Now, the funny thing about this is that this guy completely omitted the whole Fine Young Capitalist saga, where get 4chan donated $71,000 to the Game Jam after they were sabotaged by because Zoe wanted to host their own game jam while sabotaging a rival one, and
Of
also
course.
proved their failure at reading comprehension. Like, they called the Fine Young Capitalist transphobic over a transgender policy, which I'll explain to you. It basically says that if you became trans before March 11th, you can join. After March 11th, you can no longer join as a trans person. The main reason for it is because they want to prevent men from lying about their identity. Because on the internet, it's easy to lie about everything. You can simply say,
Yeah, the thing about the internet, and this is the other point they were getting across, is that unless we physically know who you are, we don't actually know who you are. We can only guesstimate, and it's pretty damn easy. As even back then, it was pretty damn easy to hide. Actually, it was even easier to hide who you were, and you could lie your way into any chat board or whatever and be a fucking predator. So their logic was, let's try to we want to help the trans community, but we can't let predators in, so we're going to try to find a happy balance, and that was what they felt was a balance.
Also because men in all women game jam is just weird.
I can remember this one time. It was gonna be a quick story. I can remember this one time I was at a party and I walked in one section of it, and it was just all women. And it was just me in that room, and I went, and I'm out because I was
I remember when I was a 9-year-old, when I was the only boy in the class. When I was
God,
9-year-old
I feel bad for you.
at elementary school.
Oh, I feel bad for you, bro.
I actually didn't know anything about love or stuff like that. That's why I usually did stuff on my own, minded my own business.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where it's just like, I can understand the awkwardness of it, but it's not fucking sexist, god damn it. This motherfucker over here who is like fucking, he's gotta trying to whip his balls out and lay them on the table and be like, look at me, and when all the rest of us are going, put your pants back on, you fucking weirdo.
Now, what we explain is basically this guy's point that 4chan wants women to prove their point, but it's like to show, like, if you're a woman, show your face, but like saying that you want to show your body is kind of like a twisted argument, because if you want to hide your identity, fine, they're not going to judge you, but if you're going to say like you're a woman, some people are skeptical,
And they're not gonna believe you.
Exactly.
And not only
Because
that, it was like,
because in all your shield movement, there have been cases where, like I already mentioned, like a black man pretending to be a white woman for unexplained reasons.
see, that's the thing, is that when the person there was being sarcastic about showing the tits thing, how was he being sarcastic? You just proved it right there. There's tons of people who can do that. It was very fucking easy. His point was, we don't care about the gender. The gender's not the fucking problem. The problem is you fucking journalists who claim are fighting for equal rights and equal treatment are using unequal tactics and then getting pissed off when the weapon gets turned against you. And then you gotta run and make a convention and you gotta go to Big Daddy government and get help because you're a little bitch who can't stand up for yourself. Fuck Nugget.
Let's continue.
This is actually a provable point because Gamergate has provided us with their ideal woman in the form of mascot Vivian James.
Let's see.
Wait a
Let's see.
minute, what?
A woman who is
Conventionally attractive
who is passive, conventionally
and
attractive.
generally voiceless in the form of mascot Vivian James.
Yeah,
The opposite of that?
Yeah, Vivian James is the mascot of Gamergate, and people say that she's sexually available, like she's attractive, like What? Try to
Are they
explain me
implying
how
that
it's
she's
attractive.
Are they implying that she's like the town bike and that everybody can take a ride on her? Is that what they're implying?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're saying, she's a, yeah, she's there. People say she's sexually available. Like, she's not even sexualized in the slightest. She's not even voiceless. Like, she's not even voiceless. So, like, there are tons of memes where Vivian James speak and like she hates politicization of video games, and she's mostly like, how can I say, mostly dead serious. How can I say?
Deadpan is what you call it.
Yeah, dead. Yeah, take it with someone like Annie Leonhardt from Attack on Titan, who's like serious. She's mostly not humorous at all, and her humor is deadpan.
Yeah, so she has deadpan humor and what would be called a straight man, which is basically somebody who doesn't really tell jokes, gets right to the point, and is serious about what they state. That's the kind of person she is. So where the fuck is the voiceless part of that? The conventionally attractive. Okay, if we're gonna go by conventionally attractive, most guys.
How is Vivian James attractive? Let's see.
I'm gonna say most people don't care for orange hair. Most people don't care about her orange hair. I can guarantee you that. Most people don't care for ginger hair. I don't care. Like, personally, for me, I don't care for that outfit. I think that makes her look like a emo kid, if anything.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder if she's going to start listening to Blood on the Dance Floor and crying to me about her rights in high school. And not only that, but what do you mean passive? Clearly, she speaks her mind. Passive would mean she wouldn't speak her mind at all, but clearly she speaks her mind. So where the fuck's this sexist woman at? Where's this 1950s woman that you're talking about? Because she's definitely not 1950s. I can promise you that.
Now, there's one point. Now, there's one point. If there's one point a lot of anti-gamer gears make about her sweatshirt, he brings that up, then I can definitely say that he's a loser. He doesn't know anything. Let's continue.
Go ahead.
Really, this is opening up a rabbit hole all its own. I could go on for hours about the semiotics of this character and how she's represented in the myriad comics that have been made featuring her, but the crux of it is that she's an expression of the ideal emergent from the base assumptions of their worldview. Their ideal woman is one who never imposes herself or her identity into the shared space. If she were on the other end of a game, you'd never even know she wasn't a dude.
Who cares? Who fucking cares?
How she's represented in the myriad comics that have. I could go on for hours about the semiotics of this character and how
The funny thing, this guy somehow didn't understand the joke. The joke about this is that she's not even silent. That this joke was meant to refer like Oculus. Oculus is, I don't know who the fuck she is. She's the person, but I guess it's a meme to represent, you know, people like Anita Sarkeesian who complain about sexism in video games. Well, Vivian James just doesn't complain. She plays video games.
Yeah,
and,
so like the joke here is that clearly you got the one person who's bitching to every Tom, Dick, and Harry about how, and yes, that is a classic phrase from if I'm correctly, the 40s here in America, that she's running around telling everybody, Tom, Dick, Harry, Jr., and what's his fuck face, that video games are bad and they're sexist and they're racist, while she's wearing a very skimpy outfit and running the game stores and throwing games around. While you got Vivian, who was clearly dressed pretty modestly. Dressed modestly, watching TV, enjoying her day, gets on her computer, does her thing, plays video games.
Like it's like you have to like be terminally online to complain about sexism in video games. Even like what?
No, you just gotta be a retard. You just gotta be a retard.
She's represented in the myriad comics that have been made featuring her.
Look at the other one he pulls up, like, to get off a high horse, bitch, and to get away from me, you fucking creep. Like,
Voiceless. Voiceless.
I can't tell you how many fucking women I've met who have actually said that to people simply because they don't know them. And I didn't blame them for saying that. And I also know women who tell other women and tell other guys too to get off their fucking high horse, because a lot of people get on their fucking high horse and they act all high and mighty like they're the next coming of Jesus Christ, when in reality they're fucking far below that. They're below the fucking Antichrist coming back, most of these fuckers. And yes, that's a shot at them.
She's an
Because maybe if they weren't such
expression
fucking pricks, I might be a little nicer to them.
of the ideal emergent from the base assumptions of their worldview. Their ideal woman is one who never imposes herself or her identity into the shared space. If she were on the other end of a game, you'd never even know she wasn't a dude.
Who cares? Who the fuck cares? I don't give a flying fuck if you're the fucking most feminist woman on the face of this fucking planet. If I'm playing a video game with you, it's because I want to play a video game with you. I don't give a fuck about your gender. I don't give a fuck about your gender, and I don't give a fuck about your gender. I hope that gets a message through. I don't give a fuck about your gender. Not a flying fuck.
The funny thing about people saying that we want women to be erased in games, at least for me, I do play, for the most part, whenever there's a game where it allows you to choose a man or woman, I choose a woman, because don't ask me why, weird choice, but I just like playing it.
A lot of the games that I played, I used to like playing more with women, because they were more fucking competitive than the guys that I knew, because I knew just wanted to joke around for the most part, and I usually was mostly in a joking mood. But when I got competitive, I liked the women because they got fucking competitive, and me and them would like fucking go at each other for real while we were playing the game. That was the kind of stuff that I liked. Not saying I put hands on women, but when it came to the video game, if we were trash talking, we were trash talking. And we were trash talking each other. Like, we were calling each other names that I'm sure if my mom knew that I called them names, I'd get my ass beat for.
Let's continue.
This ties directly into conflicts that arose repeatedly within the Not Your Shield hashtag, as Gamergate ideologues turned on and excommunicated individuals who criticized sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and racism within the movement.
What?
Evidence, please? Are you going to show me some evidence of what?
Listen. The evidence thing isn't really, in my opinion, the asking evidence thing isn't exactly a strong argument. For me, to form a strong argument is that you can provide your own evidence. Like, form your argument while providing your own evidence, so you can destroy idiots like this.
No, see, I come off of an old school mentality, which is, if you're going to make an extraordinary claim, you better come with extraordinary evidence. It's how our justice system works. It's how I function. If you're going to make claims that we are homophobic, that we're transphobic, that we are racist, show me some fucking proof. If you got no proof, that means you're full of shit and you're a lying ass little bastard, and nobody's going to find you creditable. If you don't believe me, ask every YouTuber who's been taken down because they didn't have any evidence to prove what they were claiming. I can name you at least 5.
The message was loud and clear. Minorities are welcome as long as they leave their identity at the door.
Because we don't care about the identity. We don't give a fuck. We just want to play a game with other people. That's all we want to do. We don't give a fuck. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, or nothing. I don't give a fuck if you're an alien from outer space that wants to kill me. If you want to sit down and play a fucking video game with me, we're going to fucking sit down and play a fucking video game. Motherfucker, you're gonna be the most racist goddamn person I ever met in my fucking life. I swear to everything. You must be fucking racist, because why else would you be making these fucking bullshit claims that have no truth?
Holy shit. The funny thing is that when people... we already explained it, so let's continue.
Hold on, I got one more thing. I want to say. Motherfucker, I hope there's a mirror somewhere in your goddamn house, and I hope you fucking take a look at it. God, holy shit, that was the amount of bullshit I fucking read on this fucking screen.
No, the funny thing is that people when people do care you said that people don't usually care about identities in video games, minorities, how you identify yourself. That's why when you identify yourself like as a trans woman or a black man or black person, blah blah blah, they basically think you're bragging, because why the fuck would you highlight that you're a black person? Like, why do you care?
Well, why should I have to care? Why can't I just talk to you as a human fucking being and we play a video game? I thought that was the whole fucking point. Or am I just fucking stupid to believe that you want to play a video game instead you actually want to talk politics? And if you want to talk politics, get the fuck out. I'm not interested. That's not the board for this. If you want to talk politics, go talk politics in the politic board.
This reminds me when I watched Mr. Metacourse video on Reset Era, where he showed that it's where users think it's that if someone talks about rape, everybody should shut up. The rape victims should shut up, as if rape is a common thing to talk about in a match.
The fuck? This again. Like, those aren't normal conversations I have over video games. Usually those are like one-on-one conversations I have with friends if I am playing a video game. But most part it's usually just me and them on a call and I'm talking about something. And it may or may not lead to that kind of conversation. And I've had those conversations with friends before. But my point is that that's not stuff that I typically hear when I fucking play a video game. And before you go, well, you're white, so therefore that means you aren't going to hear that stuff, so why should it matter to you? Motherfucker, I've actually been a victim of sexual violence, so go fuck yourself on that portion. And two, I'm actually very respectful to a lot of other visuals who have been sexually assaulted, abused, or raped. And I've done what I can to help them. If we're going to play by that logic, where the fuck is your help to a lot of these victims? There is none, because you don't give a fuck. Go fuck yourself. Anyhow, continue.
Let's continue.
The perception of diversity is incredibly valuable, specifically because it could function as a shield to jam criticism, but the exercising of that diversity still had to conform with the base assumptions. Nothing is wrong with the way things are. To insist otherwise.
I said that before, but that's not what we said. That's not what Gamergator said. They complain about politics and feminism, but why do I need to repeat myself? Let's continue.
Wise is to become an invader. Now, to go deeper into that, why is it so important for Anita Sarkeesian et al. To be invaders? The reason is in assumption number 2. Any problems in the industry are the natural result of market forces. Much of Gamergate has revolved.
This motherfucker over here is defending every corporation that's done horrendous shit to employees, to fucking customers, and to people outside of the business.
Say that nowadays you get canceled because he did expose the stuff like Decentraland, a crypto scam, basically. So it's kind of weird. But yeah,
look, he ain't gonna be able to cancel me because I've got this whole fucking video right here to prove how stupid he is. So I ain't worried about that.
This argument is stupid because I don't know if I explained it before, but we don't say that because we complain only about feminism during Gamergate. Actually, it reminds me. Speaking of minorities, I actually remember various things, like the main reason why we want to keep stuff like identity politics out of the way, because there are dumb fucking idiots who. How can I say? Were you there when there was the Resident Evil 5 racism controversy?
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, apparently Resident Evil 5 is racist because black zombies in a game set in Africa. Doesn't changing the skin color to make it even more racist?
It would be even more fucking racist, because then you're implying there's no such thing as a black person in Africa, where the majority of black African Americans come from. What the fuck? And to do you one better, it's like he brought up the argument, well, because you have best friends and black doesn't mean you're racist. Actually, yes, that means you're not racist, because if you're best friends with black people, that means you don't give a fuck about their race. I don't know anyone from the KKK or any other fucking racist group for that matter who is friends with black people. You name me one. Name one of those motherfuckers. I'll be waiting in the comment section.
Let's continue.
Revolved around game reviews and the content therein, namely the reviewer's political ideologies impacting the review.
I'm going to throw a microphone.
God, just keep it rolling. I want to get this video done.
Please, I don't even want to repeat myself. I just positive coverage, conflict of interest. I'm going to explain everything in my documentary. Let's continue.
This is critical because Gamergate accepts reviews as sacred. Within their construct, the free market is the arbiter of culture. The status quo exists because the market is responding to the normal. So much of their identity as gamers is tied up in materialism. Never mind that it is a consumer demographic, an artificial construct of marketing think tanks looking to maximize user investment and retention by crafting a narrative that spotlights the customer as a unique member of an exclusive club based largely on a shared fiction.
Fucking bingo! Congratulations, you found out how capitalism works. You make people feel special. And then you tell them, look, if you're a part of a special group, you get these special things if you pay us money. Congratulations, you figure out why we state that. Because it's economics, motherfucker. It's always been economics. Are you retarded?
No, I don't have much an opinion on capitalism. It's just that whenever I agree with criticism of capitalism in video games, it's because I find it ironic that there are studios who write in their games complaining about capitalism, while the companies themselves are based on capitalism.
But that's my fucking point, is that you can't sit here and bitch about the system you use to profit. And that's how the fucking system works as far as profiting. You make people feel special, and then you gulp them into believing that they're special, and because they're special, if they pay you money, you'll protect them and represent them.
Gamergate accepts reviews as sacred. Within their construct, the free market is the arbiter of culture. The status quo exists because the market is responding to the normal. So much of their identity as gamers is tied up in materialism. Never mind.
I thought gaming was a
that's
passion,
fucking
not
funny.
materialism.
That's funny he says materialism, because look what he's using to represent himself. That's fucking the irony right there.
No, to me, the funny thing is saying that gamers are tied to materialism. How does that work exactly? I have no clue. I find with even my PS Vita and download digital games, materialism.
What he's implying here is that basically the games you buy represent who you are as a person. That's what he's implying.
Oh.
Which is fucking, again, hysterical for me, because by that very logic, you using this stupid sock puppet represents that you're a retard. How does it represent you're a retard? Because your face was on camera. And you're telling me you couldn't have your face on camera for the rest of this video. You're telling me you were reliant on a fucking sock puppet to prove your point.
Now, I don't complain about
you're a dumbass.
I don't complain about this thing because
I'm gonna bitch about it. Because
it's a
stylistic or not, read that statement over again and you'll understand my frustration. Read that statement over again.
Their identity as gamers is tied up to materialism.
That it is a consumer demographic, an artificial
my point exactly. He ties himself to that fucking sock puppet, but he wants to make the complaint about video gamers having some sort of ties to video games. You understand the irony, the hypocrisy in that statement?
No. Does that mean I have Severin Kagura and Dead or Alive? Does that mean I'm a sexist?
Yeah, by his logic, yes. And that's why I'm saying it's bullshit. Because then by that logic, he would be retarded because of his sock puppet. Not because of what he may have said or done in the past, the present, or the future. Just because he has a sock puppet, it means he's a dumbass. Because he can't create better things than a sock puppet. That's my point. That's why I'm like, this is fucking dumbass. It's so bad, it's killing me. It's literally killing me.
we should react to the other video.
think tanks looking to maximize user
Probably not
investment
at this
and retention
fucking
by
rate.
crafting a narrative that spotlights the customer as a unique member of an exclusive club based largely on a shared fiction, that aspect isn't considered a negative because it already conforms with their politics. The culture of gaming is a culture of ownership, and the priests of that culture are the reviewers who tell them what to buy.
I thought.
Oh my god.
Because, it's funny because gamers. Wait, he said that the gamers consider reviews as their what
As their priest.
Culture of ownership.
Fun. It's extremely funny because
fucking-
otherwise, because you know, the internet is where you're free to express whatever you want. Reviews are more so suggestion. Like, do you want to buy this game? Let's. Am I sure if I want to buy this game? Let's read the reviews. They're more so suggestions, not like. Objective facts. They're more so explain you why you should buy this game or why you should not. However, reviews on their own don't necessarily. We don't criticize reviews necessarily only because of politics. Like, do you remember the Grand Theft Auto 5 GameSpot review where it complained about sexism despite it being part of a satire in America?
Yeah, it was like the whole, and I've played the whole game through, and I beat the missions and everything. It's literally meant to make in front of California, specifically the Los Angeles area, who was turned into a fucking shithole. And that's the whole point of that game, was to make in front of that. And then the reviewer just fucking couldn't understand satire. It's like the fuckers who didn't understand what Saints Row was all about. Saints Row was meant to make in front of GTA, who was making in front of what was happening in the US. It's like these motherfuckers are so dumb.
Sadly, the reboot killed one of my childhood franchises, Saints Row 2022.
Oh, yeah.
Complaining about capitalism.
We don't talk about that. That never existed. I don't know what you're talking about. You're fake news. You're fake news. You're fake news.
And the priests of that culture are the reviewers who tell them what to buy. This is why Gamergate seeks to purge all conflicting ideologies and demographics, because the free market is their god. If Anita Sarkeesian isn't an invader, then she is a customer, just like them, and has equal right of access to the market.
She's always been a customer. She doesn't have to buy the video games. She doesn't have to play the video games. If she thinks those games are sexist, then you know what you do? You don't just complain about it. You don't buy it. You tell people don't buy it. Because you vote with your wallet. You want game companies to make better games more towards what you want? Don't buy their games. Very fucking simple. It is that fucking simple. Saints Row 2022, as you brought up, is a perfect example of what happens when you don't buy the game because it didn't make it how you like it. Bam. Fucking idiots.
Let's continue.
Let's
Games
go to
changing
the
to
end.
include more diversity is painted as capitulating to outsiders because it otherwise means that the market is simply catering to new customers. The reviewers who disagree with them or hold alternate views on politics must be invaders because otherwise it means that there are other customers being served, which
No, when we complain about politics, we just say, dude, keep your politics out of the way. Just let us have fun. Just, why do you have to remind us about depression? You know, politics are mostly depressing, right?
It's like, I don't fucking turn on Borderlands to listen to them bitch about capitalism. No, I turn on Borderlands because I want to play a fun game. That's what I do. That's what I like to do. I don't give a fuck about your politics while I'm playing a video game. If I gave a fuck about your politics, I would be researching it. Fucking idiots. Let's try to get to the end of this video because my
demolishes
my
the
recording
Gamergate
time
norm.
is up, but
A
I'm going to
common
let this one
sentiment passed
finish.
around is that gaming sites that entertain discussions about misogyny, gender presentation, sexual identity passed around is that gaming sites that entertain discussions about misogyny, gender presentation,
If the games media care all about their audience, they will stop insulting us. We're just getting angry. Maybe you're not their audience. I'm a gamer. I'm not the audience of a gaming site. Who is? What? Dan, you know what you just said is just.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That lack of intelligence is perfect. You wonder why I made his comments about the sock puppet. Statements like that. It's
The funny
statements
thing
like
about
that.
this, it's pretty funny how he said that it's not our audience, but game journalists are the we complain about games media because we complain about games media and politics because they want to shove us politics that have nothing to do with politics in media that have nothing to do. Like, for fuck's sake, we just want to play games. I'm fine with every game that has minorities or even fucking women. I'm fine with playing games like this. Like I have Celeste, which has a trans woman, has a deeper meaning in it, has a deep story with deep psychology, with great gameplay. I actually like that game, and yet people saying that games are sexist is just fucking dumb.
Matter of fact, I'm going to right now pull up a game journalist who is 10 times better than any one of these motherfuckers. Any one of them. I'm pulling them up right now. And I'm going to.
The funny thing about then saying maybe you're not their audience, that game journalists are part of gaming, and gamers are gaming. They're both part of gaming.
Now, I'm going to pull up this video right now. I'm going to pause it. And we're going to end the recording on this video right here. And in the next part, we're going to go over whatever the fuck name studios they are. But for this ending... Guy. Oh, yes, that... Let me get to him real quick. This motherfucker right here, Innuendo Studios, is going to be in the next part. But as far as I'm concerned, we're going to end... we're going to end that other folding ideas video on Gamergate on a scale of epic or trash, which I'm going to teach you how the system works. So on Discord, there's a set of sounds you can use that you automatically get. You got the quack, air horn, cricket, and all that. If you hit the air horn, that means you think it's an epic video. If you hit the sad horn, it means you think it's a trash video. Crickets or quacking means you think it's an okay video. If you give it a golf clap, it means it's a good video.
Wait, oh, here's the sound.
So on a scale of epic or trash, what would you rate this video as? Trash video. Absolutely. And we're about to listen to a banger video right now. So make sure you hop onto my screen real quick and let's watch this banger video from Game News USA, who is a real fucking journalist. He's a real fucking journalist compared to these motherfuckers. Recording? Oh yeah, I'm recording.
It's time to say no more to the woke IGN conglomerate. Break down your barriers. Try something new. Talk to a real American about playing real video games.
Motherfucker, yeah.
Channel. We do retrospectives. We do top 10 lists. We do hard-hitting interviews. We go over review scores for movies and games. We do it all here on this channel. So unsubscribe to that woke garbage at IGN and come here
the
to
same
Game
channel that
News
said
USA
that still brings the narrative that Resident Evil 5 is
I am
racist.
not like Rebecca Valentine. I will not slander video games. Come
Who's
here,
Rebecca Valentine?
let's have some fun.
Go everyone who's watching this right now, go subscribe to him. I'm going to make sure to link his channel below. Go subscribe to Game News USA. Fucking phenomenal channel. Very educated. The man knows what he's talking about. And with that, we're going to sign off because... Oh my God.
She's the person who made a terrible preview of... I remember this trending.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
We're not even going to touch her. We'll deal with that fucker in the next episode of Gamergate. But for right now, I'm done. I can't keep going with these fucking idiots.
No, we haven't even finished the video.
No,
it's 3 minutes.
Done. Nope. I'm not going to give that guy another fucking second of my time. He is fucking retarded. And we got another retard we got to deal with.
Yeah, you can even see my dislike here. So
yeah, you see why I just want to move on and get this motherfucker taken care of as well. So until next time, thank you everyone for watching. And I want to thank CJ for joining us.
So, thanks. So it was nice. Thank you.
It was a pleasure having him on. And until next time, this is AJ Tims of the Den of Tims signing out. Make sure you join the Patreon so you can join our Discord server. My sale is only going to last for one more week. And when September rolls around, it's $5 a month. So if you want to get in for just $2 a month, join that Patreon. If you want to be featured in these videos now, from now on, if you donate to my Streamlabs, you may also just get a spot in my Discord server to record videos with yours truly. So if that sounds interesting, hit up my Streamlabs at streamlabs.com/themerciful doctor/tip, and any amount may just get you on the show. And CJ, what are your final words?
I said this before, but I'm going to work on a Gamergate video, the documentary, which I haven't. I don't know if I fully explained it, but I'm going to work on the timeline, and then work on each individual prominent member, like Zoe Quinn, Anita Sarkeesian, Brianna Wood, their history, as well as Sargon of Akkad, Milo Yiannopoulos, this is how it's going to work. First on the timeline that we all know and love. Until next time, and then next time, we're going to debunk this atrocity, which I fucking hated it because of how I love misinformation.
There's so much of it. So until next time, like I said, this is AJ Tims of the Den of Tims at Horror House Media, signing out. Have a good night.